So first you got a regular low vault, and when you walk into it, it's about a decent speed. Because before I'm even getting to the traversal event, I'm storing the player momentum. So say if I go into a sprint, that is a much faster overall traversal speed. It's even faster when I do a tactical sprint, because it's storing the momentum. And for my older projects, my old trashy projects, I kind of accidentally added super glide back in. So if I start this vault, I can cancel it, or if I do it correctly, I can cancel it and kind of go into a slide. So if I start here, I can kind of cancel it out. See, I just got to alert my camera, and I hit the button that's opposite to the vault. You gotta time it right, but it works most of the time. And then you can chain it together, like, say, I can go into a slide, or I can go into a bunny hop. And I do have infinite bunny hopping. And for the little effect on it, just experiment with like camera shakes, because that was what I was doing. All of it is just a really nice camera shake. It makes it feel like it has weight. And so for the next one, got a regular medium mantle, which it's a lot slower than just a regular vault. So I'll show you that, where I don't think you can do it while walking. You can, but it's pretty slow. So you can finish it out and then fall off, do it again. But if you're sprinting, because you got that sort of momentum, it's actually a bit faster with it. So the faster you are, the faster you traverse, basically. And I didn't do this on purpose, but if you perform an action while mantling, say like I shoot this damage actor over here, it automatically cancels out the mantle. So basically, you can peek like this, and there's no delay on it, so that could be competitive for someone to get used to. It's basically really nice peaks. And this one, this super glide vault cancel momentum base high. This is a bunch of nice wording, but basically you can't get up here normally. I mean, that's the player. It's pretty high. You can't normally get to this point even with doing all fancy movements. So to get up here, you have to super glide off of a vault. So basically you just cancel out your vault, and then you can air strafe like this and get up here. And that also depends on timing and how fast you let your camera. Depends on where you land. I keep mine like right here. If you do it well, you can probably get over here somewhere. But yeah, see, I did it around that time. But you just cancel it out and see how far you can make it to it. And for this one, advanced momentum based hockey. Yeah, that's just fancy words. That's the same thing where it's storing the player momentum, but you see, there's no way I can make it to there, right? There's no way. Well, definitely not with a slow movement, a bit faster, like say sprinting. You can see I kind of forced me up there. It pushes me onto that next ledge because of going fast enough. So tactical sprinting would be even faster, basically. This one, advanced aerial fast movement base high climb, which fancy words again. There's no way I can make it there, right? Absolutely no way. There's no way I can make it here to there. I mean, look at the distance. There's no way I can get up there. But if you're moving fast enough, your movement actions will basically push you up there. So let's just say that I go into a tactical sprint, a slide, and I'm up here. So it's basically pushing, the trajectory is pushing you in the direction the camera is facing. That's also the way I did like gather steps and stuff. So yeah, that's basically the gist of momentum on like traversals and stuff. And for sliding, this one might be a little better because my slide logic is about a mile long because I don't know what I'm doing, but it actually turned out pretty well. So you see I got a trigger box here. When I pass this, it automatically goes into a slide, so I time it correctly, so I can get like the exact, I guess, increments or notches, the distance for it. So of course, you know, I got tactical sprinting, got regular sprinting, and I do have stamina, but I disabled it just for the video, just to show you. All this stuff does take stamina away, but it's the way I designed it. It's enough so, let's say you're in a gunfight, it's enough for you to outmaneuver your opponent, but you can't just casually keep on slide canceling forever and ever and ever and ever. You can't just tactical sprint forever and ever and ever. It's made for like bursts of speed to outmaneuver your opponent, basically. So that all that flashy YY movement you see on TikTok and stuff, well, I guess TikTok ain't a thing no more, but all that flashy stuff you see on TikTok for it, those weird edits, you can do all that, but you know, without the weird YY and the camera movement, because that makes me sick. But for a slide, let's see, if I just walk into it, I'll probably get to about 4. So if I just walk into a slide, oh, I got to 6. I think I was moving a little bit faster. Got to 3 that time. So yeah, this is also based off momentum. For all of these actions, I'm just storing the player momentum before I get to the action. So it constantly has the player momentum. So if I go into a walk again, I'm at 3. Now, let's say I go into a sprint, I'm at 7. That's from a sprint. And now to a tactical sprint, I'm all the way at 10 to 11, like 10.5. Just say 10. But you can see how the momentum affects how far your slide goes. And for the slide, it is animation dependent, so I run a couple fancy line traces. If you're on the ground and you're moving fast enough, the player is able to slide, aka is able to play the slide animation for the third person. And when the slide animation starts, there's an anim notified that it's like a gate, and then it starts a function by timer event called apply slide force, which it gets that momentum, it multiplies it by a small value, and then it pushes the player in the direction they were going before the slide started. So another one is, just say I jumped into the slide. I mean, I even go past it, but most of the time it just gets you to 16. Yeah, see, it gets me to 16. That's because I have even more momentum, and all that fancy calculations are being applied to it, all that fancy stuff. And again, I did not do this on purpose. Okay, that I really don't know how. I don't know how to fix it, but you can't shoot while you enter a slide sometimes. So let's say I enter it, I can't shoot there. Believe me, I'm trying, but sometimes you can. So like, if I go into a jump in the slide, I can shoot the damage after. Just stupid, because why can't I do it all the time? That really doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so try again. See, whenever it works sometimes, but then it cancels out the animation for the slide, which is a slide cancel basically. And someone slide canceling. You know, this is a regular length of the slide. It's a pretty decent length. Stuffy, but it's a pretty decent length. But you know, say I want to cancel it, all I gotta do is tactical sprint again, and there's no limit, because you know it's basically a love letter to the good old days of MW 2019. Because current state of COD is horrific. Came and played BO6, that mess is unplayable. Apex is even worse. Apex is horseradish and onions. So I don't know why you play that, but yeah, you can sense the slide is animation dependent. I'm basically canceling I'm interrupting the slide, so it resets all the values that started when I actually did the slide the first time. And what it looks like in third person is, you know, you go into a slide, and if you cancel it, he puts his knees down. I'll slow it down. He puts his knees down and go back in the direction that you're facing currently. And then again, there's no limit. There's some points where you can't even enter the slot because the animation hasn't started yet. But yeah, that would normally take stamina, but then again, I have it disabled, so people just can't spam it the whole time. But sliding actually gains stamina because you're not technically sprinting. Like it does in MW 2019, where it resets your tactical sprint after 2 of them. It doesn't reset completely, but it still gives you stamina because it's kind of a break. You're not sprinting, you're just sliding, which shouldn't drain stamina. And for the last part, remember how I said I was using like F interps for everything? Which is stupid. Again, you shouldn't be using F interps for absolutely everything. But I have F interps for all of movement and stuff. So I kind of made the first part of it by accident, but then I just decided, well, I might as well make a feature out of it. So this is hard stop corner peeking, where just say you're moving fast enough where you go into a sprint, that you just completely stop. I actually have the player lean or continue moving just a little bit more to get like a peak, basically. So if I go over here, you can see how the weapon is actually angled over there. For that, I'm using vectors. So I'm V-interpreting vectors. Okay, that's my first V-interp. I'm V-interpreting vectors basically for that. So you can see how it kind of moves out like that. And what I did is to counteract that, because I know some people are like, oh, it's not direct movement. It feels like I'm moving like on ice. That's how BS6 feels to me. I'm losing brain cells playing that mess. But if you're moving in this direction and you counteract it, so say I'm over here, you can see how I instantly stop before I even get to the corner. So I need to clarify that. So if I'm sprinting in this direction and then I hit S or the opposite direction, I instantly stop because it overrides that value. So you don't go flying out like you don't want to. You can just instantly stop right before you get to it. So the way you did that, if you time it right, you can get peaks like this. Well, I've actually done it way better before. So you can stop, peek it like that, and only like a fraction of you is actually visible when you do this, because then again it's like a lean. So you can use to get like info, basically, like a peek like that. That's all you need. All you need is a little bit of stamina and stuff. And then again, to counteract it, just can't just do the opposite input right before you get to that point, because that will override it. And you can use it for stuff like this right here, a hard stop angle corner slicing. I don't know why I named these so fancy. When you say this dude is camping in here, right? All you gotta do is go in and peek the corner. Now, there's a high chance I actually won't hit it because my aim is terrible. Because you know I'm playing on a 1980s monitor for some reason. My main monitor broke. But you know, that right there, that's how it works. It kind of pushes. It's like a bounce. it's that V-interp that gets you to that point where you're not actually at that location. You're just kind of leaning into it. You're kind of leaning into it so you get that info that you need. It definitely works better with situations like this because, you know, I can go around and hit my target. So say I go into a slide and stop. I stop right there at the slide. There's no ice. That's what the F interps. So if I go out to the slide, you know, he's right there, but I can't sit right there going to a peak, and that can get really competitive. So that's the basic gist of that. I haven't perfected it really, but it works most of the time. See, and you know, you can of course chain it. Let me go get some ammo real quick. I do plan on nerfing the movement. Oh, actually no, because I'm not going to use this project. Turns out I have been game designing instead of game developing. So I'm probably just going to remake the project again and use it as a base again. This is my 4th time doing this mess. But so to like chain it, I can go to the sprint, go into a bunny hop. See how that works there. And then slow it down. Slow down the time dilation. See that works pretty well. I'm moving pretty fast. It looks even faster in third person, but I have some weird lag going on, which is weird because I don't have any camera lag values or anything. I don't know why they're being applied. It's very odd, but that's the basic gist of all the movement action you can do. I think it turned out pretty nice. Definitely need to improve on it though. Replication is a nightmare. If you have a terrible connection, it's gonna feel so bad. I don't know how to fix that at all. Cause, you know, I don't know what I'm doing basically. That is basically just the gist of it.